Recently, the book, His Name is George Floyd, won a Pulitzer Prize in Best General Nonfiction.
It was author Robert Samuel's debut book. Our Shayla Reaves talked with him about his experiences in Minneapolis.
This was such an intense process for you, not only being the first book, but a book on such an important topic. The pressure was on.
We knew that we were going to write a book about what will be one of the defining moments and times in American history. And that's a heavy load. The person that we were most concerned about wasn't around. And so we needed to talk to as many people as we could who knew him, who loved him, who had things to say about him. And so there was a lot of running around when I was in Minneapolis. I'd get up early in the morning, usually around 5 or 6. And then I'd go out for most of the day trying to meet as many people as I could. So I was here and I didn't get much sleep, but it wasn't just for history, right? It was for the family itself, themselves. And that by opening their hearts to Tolu and me, they had put a lot of trust in us.
When you were going through this process, what was that like for you, getting to know him through the people that you met?
The more I got to know about George Floyd, the more I wish I had known him. Because when people would talk about him, people who knew him well, they'd just have this like look in their eyes about all the fun things he did, all the things he said, his sensitivities. And he was such a dynamic person for everyone who had interacted with him.
How do you feel that the process of writing this book and the relationships made during this process how do you feel it's changed you?
What I saw happening all the time during the course of this reporting, Shayla, is that systemic racism, it moves as a force. Like, it begins to envelope people. And none of those people who were at that rally that day ever thought they would be at a rally like that. They never thought it would happen to them. They never thought they would lose their kid in that way. And then you saw another family go through that. And then you're with the Floyds who are going through what they were going through. And you begin to think that if you don't do something to help uproot systemic racism, the consequences are dire. And that's something I think about a lot, that we cannot just sort of think about these things as sort of like the residue of what happened in the past. There are active forces that we need to acknowledge and confront.
Do you ever wish that this wasn't a book that you had to write?
Yeah, I mean, I wish the world was a better place. I wish George Floyd was still alive. I wish police officers would make good decisions all the time. I wish the school system treated Black kids as well as white kids, and that the legal system did too. But we were never given that sort of world. We were never given that privilege. And so I think it's sort of incumbent on everybody, no matter who they are or what they look like. It's incumbent on them to do whatever they can in the power to make those things true.